Hello everyone, I welcome you all in another session of Anjan Tutorials. Today we will discuss the implied syllabus of UGC NET JRF English Literature. As we all know that UGC NET JRF English Literature syllabus consists of 10 units, but within those major 10 units there are a lot of sub-units from where the questions are usually comes. So today in our class we will discuss about those units in detail. And this is the official syllabus of English literature which is given by NTA, and it contains 10 major units. And what are the 10 major units? The first unit is drama, the second unit is poetry, the third unit is fiction and short story, and the fourth unit comes non-fictional prose, and fifth unit comes language, basic concepts, theories and pedagogy. And the sixth unit is English in India, history, evolution and future. And the seventh unit comes cultural studies, and the eighth unit is literary criticism. And the next unit comes literary theory post World War II, and the last unit is research methods and materials in English. These are the major 10 units, but within these 10 units there are a lot of sub units. Let's discuss about them. And the first comes drama, poetry, fiction, short story, and prose. And within this section, only 15 to 20 questions usually comes. And this unit majorly consists from British literature. And in British literature, you have to read Greco-Roman period of Aeschylus, Sophocles, Euripides, and Old English period of Beowulf, Caedmon, King Alfred the Great, and Middle English period of Geoffrey Chaucer, Tudor period of Sir Henry Howard and Thomas Waite, the Elizabethan period of William Shakespeare and other university wits like Christopher Marlowe, John Lilly, John Peele, Nash, and the Jacobean age of John Milton. After that comes Caroline age, Civil War period, and Restoration period of Restoration dramatist John Dryden. Next comes Augustan period of Pope and Jonathan Swift. After comes Romantic period of William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Robert Southey. Next comes Victorian period of Tennyson, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Charles Dickens. And next after comes modern period. In modern period you have to read T.S. Eliot's, W.B. Yeats, W.H. Auden. And last comes postmodern period. In postmodern period you have to read V.S. Naipaul, Salman Rushdie and other important postmodern writers. And these are the sections of British literature. After British literature comes language, basic concepts, theories, and pedagogy. In language section, you have to read what is linguistics and what are the different language families from where different language originated, and what is phonetics, what is phonology, what is morphology, what is syntax, and speech act theory of Jale Austen, and different methods of language teaching. Different methods of language teaching like machine language learning and other methods you have to read in language section. After language comes English in India. In English literature in India, you have to read the beginning of Indian writing in English, which begins in 1498 with the discovery of sea route by Vasco da Gama. And after that, who are the important early Indian writers like Toru Dutt, Michael Madhusudan Dutt, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, and who are the Indian important poets like R. Parthasarathi, A.K. Ramanujan. And next comes Indian novelist. In Indian novelist, you have to read R.K. Narayan, Raja Rao, Bhavani Bhattacharya, Mulk Raj Anand. And after that comes Indian dramatist. In India dramatist, you have to read Vijay Tendulkar, Mahesh Dattani, Badal Sarkar, Girish Karnad. Next comes Dalit literature. In Dalit literature, you have to read Saran Kumar Limbale, Om Prakash Balmiki, Bama. Next, Indian feminist. In Indian feminist, you have to read Ruth Vanita, Urvashi Butalia. And after comes publishing and publisher. What are the different publishing house which contributed in Indian English literature And who are the important publisher? They are also important in English literature exam. After next comes Northeastern literature. In Northeastern literature, you have to read Indira Goswami, Janice Perriott, Prajjal Prajuri, and next after that comes Kashmiri writers. In Kashmiri writers, you have to read Malik Sajad, Aga Shahid Ali, and after comes graphic novelist. In graphic novelist, you have to read what are the important graphic novels and who are the important graphic novelists. After that comes rasa and dhani theory. You have to read different kind of rasas and what are the different dhanis. Next comes bhakti movement. You have to read bhakti movements. And last comes Indian literature in English translation. Who are the important translator who has translated different classical authors, and these are also important in English literature in India. And in Indian writing in English, at least 10 to 15 questions come in UGC NET exam. After English in India comes cultural studies. In cultural studies, you have to read what is cultural studies, what is Frankfurt School, what is New Left, who are the founding father of cultural studies like Richard Hogarth, E.P. Thompson, and what is subculture, what is post-humanism, what is queer studies, and who are the important authors, queer authors, and what is transgender studies, what is trauma studies, and who are the important trauma studies authors and their works. There comes media studies of Mark McLuhan, global village, globalization. Next comes post-humanism, cyber feminism of Donna Haraway. Next come digital humanities and blue humanities. From cultural studies, at least 7 to 10 questions comes in UGC NET exam. So if you want to pass this exam, cultural study is very important. In recent years, we have saw that the most of the questions are from cultural studies and literary theory are usually come in UGC NET JRF exam. After cultural study comes literary criticism. In literary criticism, you have to read the ancient criticism of Plato, Aristotle, and Horace, the medieval criticism and St. Augustine and St. Thomas Aquinas, the neoclassical criticism of Alexander Pope, John Dryden, Samuel Johnson, the romantic criticism of William Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor Coleridge, the Victorian criticism of Matthew Arnold, John Ruskin, and Walter Pater, Oscar Wilde, the modern criticism of T.S. Eliot, Russian formalism, and you also have to read new criticism of I. Richard and F.R. Lewis. After literary criticism comes literary theory post World War II. What are the important literary theories which developed after the Second World War? Now, the first theory comes structuralism of Ferdinand de Saussure and Roland Barthes. Next comes post-structuralism of Derrida and Roland Barthes. The postmodernism, you have to read Marxism and who are the important Marxists like Karl Marx, Louis Althusser. And next after come feminism. What are the important waves of feminism and who are the important feminists and what are the important works they written is also important in this exam. After comes psychoanalytical criticism. In psychoanalytical criticism, you have to read Sigmund Freud, Lacan, Carl Jung. Next comes post-colonial literature, colonialism. In post-colonialism, you have to read Edward Said, Omike Bhabha. After next come reader response criticism and eco-criticism. In eco-criticism, you have to read Jonathan Bate, William Ruckert, and what are the important eco-critical works they wrote in their time period are all comes in literary theory, and literary theory sections only at least 5 to 7 questions come in UGC NET exam. After literary theory comes comparative literature. In comparative literature, you have to read what is comparative literature, what are the different schools of comparative literature like Russian school, French school, North American school, and different definitions of translation, different theories of translation, and different methods of translation. These units falls under the section of comparative literature and translation. After comparative literature and translation, you have to read post-colonial literature. From post-colonial literature, at least 10 5 to 10 questions come in UGC NET exam. And within post-colonial literature, you have to read African literature, Canadian literature, Caribbean literature, Latin American literature, Australian literature, New Zealand literature, and literature of South Asia. Next, after post-colonial literature comes world literature. In world literature, you have to read American literature and who are the important American poets and who are the dark romantics. You have to read in American literature. Next comes European literature, French literature, Russian literature, and German literature. From world literature, at least 3 to 5 questions usually come in UGC NET exam. So in order to pass this exam, you have to read this different literature of different countries. After comes research method in English. In research method in English, you have to read different types of research: primary research, secondary research, qualitative research, quantitative research, and different methods of research. And after comes research design, different kind of hypothesis. What are the different kind of hypotheses you have to read in research method in English. The last step is steps of making a research proposal. In this section, you have to read what are the steps of making a research proposal, which is also important. And research method and English sections 3 to 5 question usually comes in UGC NET JRF exam. After that comes current events, trends and award. In current event, trends and awards, you have to read all the Nobel laureates and what are the important works they have wrote for which they got the Nobel Prize, and who are the important Booker awardees, who are the Indian authors who got Sahitya Academy for their works, what are the important authors who got Pulitzer Prize, who are the important actor and actresses got Oscar Wilde, and next comes Miles Franklin Awards. These are the complete syllabus, implied syllabus of UGC NET JRF. Those of you are preparing for UGC NET JRF 2026, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel to get more detailed analysis of UGC NET exam and, and the study materials related to UGC NET JRF English Literature exam. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching this video.